Welcome to Islamic Finance for everyone.
Throughout human history, money has shaped societies, and interest, or riba, has shaped much of humanity's financial behavior. From ancient civilizations to medieval Europe, interest has been debated, condemned, regulated, and reformed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome to Islamic Finance for Everyone. Today we are starting a new series on riba, interest or usury. This first episode explains where interest comes from, how different societies viewed it, and what riba truly means in Islam. And of course, before we begin, please like this video, subscribe and share it with your friends and networks. It helps the channel grow and allows more people to learn about Islamic finance.
Islamic guidance is built on justice and mercy. Allah repeatedly tells us that He does not want hardship for His servants. This includes the prohibition of harmful practices such as interest, riba, gambling, maisir or qimar, excessive uncertainty, gharar, bribery, corruption, and the financing of harmful products.
These prohibitions are not limitations, they are ethical protections. In Islamic economics, riba is one of the most important of these protections. To understand the Islamic stance on riba, we first need to understand where interest actually comes from. And interestingly, interest is far older than Islam.
Historical records show that Babylonians between 3000 to 4000 BC used interest on loans of grain, silver, and other commodities. One early form of secured lending was the bottomry contract, where a ship served as collateral. If the ship sank, the borrower didn't repay.
Interest continued throughout the ancient civilizations, but a major turning point came in medieval Europe.
Imagine a world where goldsmiths weren't just artisans, they were the bankers of their time. Picture a bustling workshop filled with clinking tools, shining gold bars, and customers seeking a safe place for their treasures. Instead of lugging gold around, people left their coins with the goldsmith, who issued paper receipts, promises of gold on demand. But here's where the story takes a turn. Most people never came for their gold all at once. Goldsmiths noticed this and began lending out some of that deposited gold, allowing them to profit from money that technically wasn't entirely theirs to spend. This clever practice marked the birth of fractional reserve banking. Rather than holding every coin in their vaults, goldsmiths held a fraction, just enough to satisfy everyday withdrawals. The rest, put to work earning interest by financing merchants and ventures all across the city. On paper, the receipts represented real gold, but in reality, more notes circulated than there was gold to back them. It was a system built on trust, risk, and careful calculation. If too many people demanded their gold at the same time, the illusion would collapse. But handled wisely, it unlocked an explosion of economic activity. Think of it like a magician using mirrors. The workshop's gold never seemed to run out, even as fortunes grew on paper. So, from the humble goldsmith's ledger to today's complex banks, the seeds of modern money were sown by those who realized that what mattered wasn't the gold itself, but the faith people had in the paper and in each other.
Interest wasn't only debated in Islam, it was also condemned or restricted in Judaism, Christianity, Hindu traditions.
The Old Testament contains many prohibitions against charging interest on loans, especially to the poor. Deuteronomy 23 verses 19 to 20, Exodus 22 verse 25, Leviticus 25 verses 36 to 37, Proverbs 28 verse 8. Christian scholars and church councils condemned usury for centuries, and in England, a law in 1571 capped legal interest at 10%.
Even legal system regulated it. When Islam came, interest was deeply embedded in pre-Islamic Arabian society, known as the 𝐦𝐸𝐽 period. But the Quran gradually and then decisively prohibited it.
The clearest verses on riba were revealed regarding disputes between Banu Saqif of Taif and Banu Maqsim of Makkah. Allah has permitted trade and forbidden riba. O you who believe, give up what remains of riba.
These verses establish the general framework. Trade is lawful, but riba is not. Now, let's answer the most important question. What does riba really means?
Linguistically, riba means increase, addition, growth, or excess, but not every increase is prohibited. Lawful business profit and investment returns are allowed.
Technically, riba refers to any extra amount a debtor must pay a creditor as a condition of a loan or for extending repayment.
A classical definition states, unlawful gain derived from the quantitative inequality of countervalues in exchanges involving similar commodities. Justice Taqi Usmani defines riba as any additional amount charged from a debtor.
In simpler terms, riba is any guaranteed access over the principal without risk or effort.
Scholars identify several key characteristics of riba. 1. It is an increase over the principal. 2. It is required by contract. 3. It is tied to a specific time delay. 4. It is guaranteed regardless of risk. 5. It is enforced by authority or law.
This is why Islamic finance avoids interest and instead encourages fairness, risk-sharing, and ethical investment.
Although scholars unanimously agree on the prohibition of riba, they differed slightly regarding its exact boundaries. But the majority position, classical and contemporary, is that both pre-agreed interest and additional late payment charges fall under riba.
And that brings us to the end of this introductory episode. In the next video, we'll explore the Qur'anic and prophetic evidence in much more depth and see how Islamic finance builds an entire ethical economic system around avoiding riba. If this video benefited you, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms for more updates and help spread valuable knowledge to others. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with me. Let's spread the word about ethical and inclusive finance. Follow us on social media platforms for more insights into Islamic finance.